Welcome to week 2 of the August Professional Development. We want to provide you with some foundational information to help you throughout this week. Let's take a minute and go over some logistics for this week. During week 2, you're going to use the Professional Development page to access all of the detailed information such as the virtual sign-in, schedule planning, and links to important information. The Professional Development webpage was sent out to you directly from the Office of Professional Development. You can also access the link directly to the page from the CMSD webpage under Office of Professional Development. You will participate in differentiated, targeted sessions that meet the needs of various subgroups throughout the week. There is also a 90-minute principal manager session scheduled for Monday from 1:15 to 2:45. You will have choice and mandatory sessions throughout the week that combine live, recorded, and self-paced selections. Educators can build learning plans that meet their needs and individual professional learning goals while aligned to their specific areas and grade levels of work. Any questions that you have should first be directed towards your facilitator during the sessions and your principal. You can use the links at the end of this presentation to submit additional questions that need answered. The August Professional Development sessions have been strategically designed to support all learners across the district as we move forward with implementation of our Restart Plan. During week 1, network teams participated in Tier 1 professional learning that built off CMSD's Restart Plan. The sessions included information that was important and relevant to all educators across the district. During week 2, which is this upcoming week, professional learning activities are designed to be strategic, differentiated, and targeted to meet the needs of our various educators across the district. All participants will make choices to attend sessions that are relevant to their work. During the following week, which is week 3 of the professional development calendar, educators will work together collaboratively to synthesize information learned to create remote learning plans and activities so that they can begin to build confidence and successfully facilitate the remote learning environment. Each group will have access to experts to provide support as needed. Many educators have already participated in the first round of Schoology training. Let's take a minute and go over some important points about Schoology. All educators across the district will have access to Schoology as the main learning management system for CMSD. Schoology will eventually replace SchoolNet and will hold curriculum resources aligned to the scope and sequence, assessment resources, student data, attendance, grade reporting, and student submission of assignments. Grades pre-K, K, and 1 will use Schoology to access student data, attendance, and curriculum resources. Those grades will most likely use Seesaw for the instructional activities, student-parent communication, and assignments. Preschool and kindergarten teachers will submit grades through eSchool the way that they've always done and will not submit grades through Schoology since their system is based on the standards-based report card. Schoology will be loaded with applications such as Teams and Seesaw. Schoology provides educators with the ability to facilitate virtual meetings with groups of no more than 25 at a time. Although this option can be used for students, most of the virtual meetings will be facilitated through Microsoft Teams. The Educator's Toolkit will also have links to resources to support the learning and use of Microsoft Teams. During this upcoming week, educators will have the option to choose to participate in remote learning sessions around Seesaw. Seesaw is a place to curate student work, develop digital portfolios, communicate with families, publish blogs, flip lessons, and inspire student voice. All pre-K to 5 classroom teachers will have access to the Seesaw platform. Seesaw will be used primarily in grades pre-K, K, and 1 to serve as the virtual learning platform linked to Schoology LMS. Grades 2 through 5 will have the option to choose the platform that works best for the instructional delivery and assign tasks. Educators can link in virtual classroom templates and create links for independent learning activities, videos, resources, learning games, and read-alouds. Educators will be able to use Seesaw to assign tasks, work products, and monitor student-created work. The tool can also be used to communicate with families and parents. Resources to support the learning and use of Seesaw are being added to the Educator Toolkit in the Seesaw folder. Teachers can use the free version to become familiar with the tool until the system goes live. That date has not yet been determined. At this point, all educators should have participated in at least one session possibly 2 that have discussed the new scope and sequence for CMSD. The scope and sequence is continually being updated and added to the Educator Toolkit in Teams, which is linked to this presentation. Educators will have access to the first marking period scope and sequence for ELA, Math, Science, and Social Studies by August 24th, 2020. Those resources will be used for planning virtual instruction to start the school year. All schools are required to follow the CMSD district scope and sequence throughout the school year. All curriculum and textbook orders are being processed. If you have questions about your school's order, please work with your building principal. Supplemental online curriculum tools have also been purchased. Principals have a list of tools that are both district provided and allowable choices. The table on this slide shows a list of all district purchased supplemental resources that will be available to teachers. During remote learning, educators are encouraged to facilitate lessons using the gradual release model as the heart of instruction. This model allows for a combination of direct, synchronous, and indirect or asynchronous instruction while promoting independent practice so that students have an opportunity to master their learning. The Teaching and Learning Educator Toolkit will provide resources and templates for educators to use in planning and delivering remote instruction to students. There will be virtual classroom templates provided for grades pre-K through 5. These templates can be modified, personalized, and inserted into the LMS, either Seesaw or Schoology, to provide virtual links for student independent practice. The professional learning and resources shared support educators as they facilitate engaging high-quality remote learning lessons and activities for all students. The learning management systems and virtual meeting tools enable educators to engage students in real-time, engaging learning experiences that are authentic and aligned to best practices while monitoring progress to provide additional supports as needed. The choice sessions throughout this week will focus on the use of these identified resources and strategies. The Teaching and Learning Educator Toolkit can be found in Teams. The link is provided in this slide as well as on the Professional Development webpage. Virtual classroom folders are not currently completed. The folders will have resources by next week, and the resources will be added throughout the school year. Some information will be shared during sessions this week and made available earlier. The Scope and Sequence folders will have the completed scope and sequence for the first marking period ready to support instructional planning by the week of August 24th. Again, most of these resources are available now, but we are adding to them before next week. These content areas will be available right away: ELA, Math, Science, and Social Studies. Additional areas are currently in the development stages: Encore, SEL, and Career Tech. The Distance Learning Playbook that is linked into Teams can be used as a resource to help prepare teachers for remote instruction. The toolkit will also have links to resources to support the learning and use of Microsoft Teams. Parent engagement is an important part of our work. Schools will use the week of August 31st to facilitate parent engagement activities that will be designed to prepare parents to be successful in supporting the remote learning situation. Building leadership teams and principals will work together to design support activities that help parents understand and learn the various tools that will be used in remote learning. Strategies and resources will be shared with families so that students are set up for successful remote learning. In an attempt to consolidate questions, we've set up a system for submitting your questions so that they can be responded to appropriately. Use the following page to link to the Jamboard for the specific topic area where you are able to post any question that still needs to be answered. The Jamboard tool has a toolbar on the left where you can create a post-it style image and type your question to place it anywhere on the page. Having the questions in one location by topic allows the district central office team to provide answers in a succinct manner. Use these links provided to submit your questions throughout the week, and the team will be monitoring the Jamboard to be able to provide answers to the questions. We're going to encourage participants to use this strategy rather than to email different central office personnel. This allows us to answer the questions consistently and proactively in a way that is efficient. If we're collecting emails at a rapid pace, then we don't always have the ability to respond as quickly. So please use these links to submit your questions. Again, if you have a question, please address it with your facilitator first and your principal. If you do not have an answer, then please submit it through the Jamboard and we will make sure that your questions are answered. Thank you for your engagement during the professional learning. We hope that you have a great week ahead and look forward to your feedback and questions about the work. Have a great week.